We are so back. So this is going to be my review slash recap of The Walking Dead: The Ones Who Live, episode 1, titled Years. I apologize if I'm talking a little bit quiet. My brother's sleeping downstairs. I don't really want to wake him up. But let's go ahead and get into this review. So like I said, this is going to be a review slash recap, and I tend to not be very structured when I do these types of videos. But yeah, like I tend to get off track a lot, so I apologize if I do. But let me know if you guys do like these unstructured videos, because usually I have a whole script written out. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So the opening of the episode, I love how they actually gave us the year. 5 years after the bridge. The scene of Rick in the forest is directly after season 11, episode 24, when he was captured, which was actually escape attempt number 3. And then we got escape attempt number 4, where he cuts off his hand. How do I feel about this? I'm a little bit mixed. I was really excited to see him lose his hand. It definitely was cool to see it. From an outside perspective, a lot of people are like, why didn't he just cut the wire, right? And I can understand that. And, you know, he thought so quickly. I think it was a little not Rick-like to kind of just do it out in the open when he, you know, there's soldiers, like less than 50 feet away. Like, I mean, he knew he wasn't going to get away. You know, at the end of the day, I think he's just lost so much. He's lost so much hope. That's what he has to do. I was really wishing, though, that he got bit. Originally, a lot of people were theorizing that CRM General Beale would cut off his hand as punishment. But that makes absolutely no sense, because if he's been trapped for so long, not even trapped, he must be a viable asset. So why would they nerf him, right? But yeah, I really like the part where he cauterizes his nub in that burning walker. That was really creative. And then let's talk about the highlight of this episode when we're introduced to Okafor. Dude, this guy was like, I had been saying it for a long time on like my older videos. I saw this guy in the trailer, I remember, and I'm like, dude, this character looks so dope. I just know he's gonna be a good character. And I was right. He played a really good role in explaining how everything happened, why Rick has been there so long. And you know, one of the things I was so worried about was, how does it make sense Rick has been there for 8 years and didn't lose his mind? But I failed to account for the fact Rick can make friends in the CRM. I don't know why I never thought about that. And making friends there that also have the same goal as you to get out lets you keep hope for as long as possible. I don't know why I never ruled that out. And so it made a lot of sense with Pearl and Okafor when they were, you know, planning that stuff. It makes sense for him to want to work up the ranks of the CRM. I also really like that little scene whenever CRM General Beale was talking to Rick and, you know, he saluted to him. I still don't think he's the most compelling villain yet. I know it's one episode, but I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, this is how you write a good villain, not like, you know, Negan, who ruined the show. But, you know, I don't think that's it yet. He feels, I wouldn't say cartoonish, but, you know, I mean, you get what I'm saying. Okafor was great. And he wasn't really even a villain. And this is the part that really tripped me out. Okafor was Rick's only friend. If you truly think about it, Okafor, like, literally is the reason Rick was able to, you know, reunite with Michonne at the end of the episode. And let me put this in perspective. Also, another character, Esteban, I'll talk about him in a second. Rick has known both Esteban and Okafor probably like 3 times longer than he's known Daryl. So that's just to put it in perspective for you guys. So when he saw Okafor get blown up next to him into pieces, I wonder how that must have felt, dude. And yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about, is that death scene. I'm really on the edge about that, man. I don't know if that was shock value, if it served a good purpose at all. I don't know, man. It really just felt off to me. The fact that they wrote such a good character. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Okafor is the one responsible for the LA and the Atlanta bombings. It's finally coming together. Finally, we're getting an explanation. And on top of that, they're finally connecting these shows. That was my biggest issue for a long time. I've talked about it on my other channel, Clash PR. I talked about how everything that happens in each one of these shows is secluded to the show, which really puts me off when they say the Walking Dead universe. Because if there's gonna be variant walkers that randomly start climbing in the 11th season, why don't those show up in Walking Dead Dead City? Why are they not in Fear the Walking Dead Season 8 after the time skip? Why are they different in Daryl Dixon? Because the variants we saw in season, you know, that's a whole different video actually. That's a whole different video. Yeah, but now it's finally coming together, and on top of that, the other thing they did is they showed the nuke that was in Texas in the trailer. I'm so glad they're finally taking into account that a goddamn nuke fucking went off. Holy crap, how do you just like not talk about that. But yeah, I mean, dude, I'm trying to retrace everything. Like I said, guys, this is an unorganized video. And yeah, Rick's prosthetic, that's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. If you don't think Rick Grimes is the best main character in all of fiction, then I don't know what to say. Like, genuinely, there's no way people think Joel from The Last of Us is better. Like, I can't fathom that, dude. It's insanity to me. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes, I remember the other thing. The Morgan reference. Oh my god. Dude, the Art of Peace book. That's the same one that Eastman gave to Morgan, and then Morgan gave to Nick Clark. Bro, tell me that's not foreshadowing. Dude, they wouldn't do that for no reason. I'm telling you, Morgan, there has to be some Morgan references. They gotta talk about Morgan. Anything related to Morgan. And you know what I'm most excited for too? Just a scene where hopefully Michonne just catches up, tells Rick about everything. The Pikes, what happened with the Whisperers, how Jesus, Tara, all those people are dead. How everyone thought he died. I mean, I'm sure he knows that. You know, who the Commonwealth is, you know. That he has a son. That's the other thing, yeah. Oh, and so a few things that I kind of wish were shown is I wish there was a little bit more psychological pain when it came to his hand. One thing I know is that people who lose a limb for like a long time after that, they can still feel it and then they still try to use it. So like imagine if I lost my hand, if it had been like a week since I lost my hand, I'd probably go to turn off my camera with my right hand and realize I don't have it anymore, right? I kind of wish they did scenes like that where he tries to grab the spear with the other hand. He's like, shit, I can't, you know? They did kind of do it at one point when like the walker was putting his hand out to Rick. That was kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and I also really like that they showed the World Beyond bombings. Guys, I only finished World Beyond Season 1. I gotta get it done. I'll do my review of Season 1 if you guys want to see that. But yeah, man, I honestly really like this episode. I did see a lot of people say it's the best episode of the Walking Dead universe, and I really do think it's a lot of recency bias, but I'm not saying it wasn't phenomenal. It's just I think we need to sit on it for a bit and really think about it. That's honestly all I can remember right now, but next time I make another video, I'll actually write notes during the episode so I know what I'm gonna talk about. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm really happy to see Rick as a soldier. It looks so sick. It finally kind of explains. Just the one thing that I don't really still understand is why Rick wouldn't have started a new life. And I know that's like, okay, dude, he had Daryl and everyone. But you know how quick Rick is to move on from one partner to another. Especially considering whenever he went to Alexandria and saw Jesse, right? And then she died, so he moved on to Michonne, like really fast. So I'm really surprised he didn't get another lover or interest in the CRM, which I think is for two reasons. First and foremost, fan service. Rick and Michonne fans are probably the strongest fans of any show. I mean, they're the most iconic couple when it comes to TV shows. I mean, everyone knows Rick Grimes and Michonne Grimes. They say it's the one guy with the revolver and then it's the one girl with the katana. That's what they always say, even people who haven't watched the show. So I would say it's fan service. And I don't think Rick has ever truly bonded with someone as much as Michonne. I always saw them definitely going to be ending up as partners. So like, I mean, I guess I can see how he's, you know, stayed loyal to her. But yeah, we'll just have to see, you know. I think it makes sense though. It's crazy that he's only known the people back at Alexandria for a small fraction of the time he's known everyone at the CRM. Oh, and I forgot I was going to talk about Esteban. Yeah, that Esteban guy's really cool. Here's the thing I want to say. That's how I like comedic relief characters. This is gonna be a hot take. I don't find Jerry funny at all from The Walking Dead. Everyone thinks he's so funny with his peach cobbler or saying deuces or saying dude. I never found it funny. I found it just wrong humor, wrong time, just too much. Same with Eugene. You know, Eugene wasn't trying to be funny, but they were trying to write him funny where he was just being a complete nerd. I never really found it funny. I just found it kind of cringe. It's like, bro, there's people getting ripped apart. Their faces are being ripped off and you're acting like this. It's like, but this Esteban guy, it's the perfect situation, perfect timing, because Rick needs emotional support. He needs that type of friends for when he's away from his family. And because this Esteban guy has been behind the CRM. He doesn't really, I wouldn't say he doesn't know what the apocalypse is like, but he's adjusted. And I just love that scene where he's like, oh shit, Rick Grimes, and they dap each other up. Like, can you believe that's a Walking Dead scene? I mean, I posted a short of that and everyone's like, this is The Walking Dead? It's like crazy. But yeah, guys, that's my review. I was all over the place, but let me know if you guys still liked it, like with the unstructured, because I like to keep it raw sometimes. I don't know, I don't really like script writing and that type of stuff and heavy editing. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think. I'm excited for next episode. Oh, and I will start watching World Beyond Season 2 and I will give my thoughts on it. Let's go.